Good morning and welcome to this beautiful first official fall weather day. I woke up to the temperature being about 40 degrees today, and it hasn't been this cold since last spring. I love when the weather changes and has this crisp feeling to the air. I lived on the West Coast for 10 years, and this is my first fall back here in the Midwest. And I am loving the change in the season. I'm loving this fall weather. It is my favorite season. I'll be honest, it makes me a little bit nervous about what is to come in the next few months. But something that I'm working on in every part of my life right now is just being present for exactly what is at hand in this moment. And so today I am going to enjoy this beautiful sunny day and just really appreciating being here, being present, and being able to be conscious of everything. My boy and I love to go outside first thing in the morning to see what the weather feels like, see how our flowers are looking. And I always love to take a moment to just feel the air on my skin. Every morning we go for a walk. It's one of my favorite parts of the day, and it is definitely one of my pup's favorite parts of the day as well. This morning we will bring you with us. Today I want to talk with you about mindset, not a specific topic of mindset, not necessarily growth or scarcity or abundance, but just mindset in general. Because I believe that how we do one thing is how we do everything. If we have a scarcity mindset in one part of our lives, there's a very good chance that we are approaching most things the same way. Because ultimately, what matters more than what we're saying is our energy. Our energy is connected to our beliefs, and whether we are aware of what those beliefs are or not, that is what ultimately is setting the tone for what our mindset is and what we are attracting, what we're putting out into the world. Here's what I understand about mindset. I am the common denominator in every single situation that I find myself in. My mindset, my beliefs, my attitude are the thing that are going to keep showing up to all of these situations. I believe that lessons will keep cycling back to us, opportunities to grow. The areas that we really need to look at, we'll get those taps and those nudges that it's time for us to look at them. We don't always. That's when something will circle back to you and it'll be louder and it'll be more painful. I got to a place about 10 years ago where I just said enough. I started to really go deep in seeing me and seeing how I was showing up to everything. It is so much about my mindset and how I am perceiving things. If you were to categorize everything into two categories, love, or fear? You would be able to have such a better understanding of what is the root. So when I started to see things this way, I was able to think more about, what is this belief rooted in? Is it rooted in love, or is it rooted in fear? When I was able to start doing that, I was able to start shifting the beliefs that were not serving me anymore. I didn't realize I had so many ideas and beliefs rooted in fear. It was learned. It was a part of my environment. Spiritual growth, it's this journey of learning more and more about ourselves. And the way that I've learned more about myself is becoming more observant and really understanding how I feel about different aspects, and how so much of that has just been from conditioning, but not actually what I believe or what I feel, or the fact that I could start to have a different belief about a topic. Where I'm at recently is not so much about focusing on one specific aspect of my mindset. As a whole being, everything's connected. And so when I look at the root, I know that it's going to affect all other areas, good and bad. As I'm showing up in each situation, in each moment, where is my mindset? Am I feeling fear? Am I feeling anxiety? Why? Where is this coming from? And sometimes, rather than even going too deep into trying to understand it, because I've spent a lot of time doing that, and that does not always work either, saying, can I just be present? Can I just choose to be present right now and know that if I need to understand this better, it will be there waiting for me? If you are focused on your own mindset, and I believe you are if you're here watching this, I encourage you to spend today or the next few days becoming aware of the moments when you feel the most emotionally charged about a topic or a thought. And remember that the more energy you give these things, anything, but especially the things you don't want, the more you are actually attracting that back to you. For me, one of the other areas has been work. It's always work, right? Especially if we're not in love with our job or if we work for somebody else. And I am constantly bringing myself back to the moment of saying, I am here, I am present, and doing the thing I need to do, but detaching from any emotions to it and remembering that I'm not stuck, I am not being forced to do anything, and that if I am showing up with a really good attitude and with integrity and doing my best, I am going to keep leveling up and finding myself in situations and jobs that align with that energy that I am putting out. I have been able to become better at this by actually taking a step back and saying, okay, here I am. What do I need to learn from this? What is my opportunity to grow, to be more present, to choose a different pattern of thought, to recognize I'm not a victim, whatever it is. Every situation that has an emotional charge is telling us that there is something out of alignment. That doesn't mean that we just run away. It's an opportunity for us to actually stop, look back at ourselves and say, okay, I want to observe me. I want to observe my behavior, knowing that I am not my thoughts. My thoughts are having this experience. And some of that is because it is learned and that repetitive behavior. And this is where we go into our mindsets and understanding that we don't have to keep having the same experience over and over if we become aware and observe. Since I've been able to focus on this more, I am finding so much more peace, and it did not feel like I was at first. It felt like I was kind of in a boot camp at first, and I felt like I had regressed a little bit, to be honest, with some of my emotional reactions. Thankfully, because I've done so much work, I knew I just needed to keep showing up with the intention of integrity and alignment and awareness. And now I can feel these shifts starting. I can recognize that I'm finding more space in the present moment, more time there. It's been those small little steps every single day, even in the days that feel really, really hard. But I've just continued to show up and know that more will be revealed, and that feelings always change. And so I don't need to react to the feelings that are the biggest and the hardest, because those are going to move through me just like all of the other ones. I hope that this video today has brought you peace, has brought you a moment of your own awareness and reflection. I hope that you will go into your week with the intention of finding more presence with yourself, simply because that is where all of the magic is. And we each deserve all of the magic that we allow ourselves to connect to. I will talk to you next time.